Hi students, in today's section we are discussing about specific heat capacity. Okay, it is denoted by S or C. What is specific heat capacity? Okay, for that let us take some substance, maybe taken as a copper or iron, water, whatever it may be. Take a substance. Okay, this substance has some mass M and its initial temperature is theta 1 degree Celsius, okay, or Kelvin. Now you may supply certain amount of heat to this substance. Whenever you supply certain amount of heat to the substance, then the temperature of the substance will be rises to some theta 2 degree Celsius. Okay, so here how much of amount you supplied is denoted by the delta Q. Okay, this delta Q always depends on mass of the substance. So if the mass is increases, the amount of heat required is increases and is also directly proportional to the rise in temperature. Okay, so rise in temperature means here delta theta. Delta theta nothing but theta 2 minus theta 1, mass of substance M. Okay, so the amount of heat required to rise the temperature from theta 1 to theta 2 is directly proportional to mass of the substance and also directly proportional to the rise in temperature. Okay, now if you write combinedly, then you got delta Q proportional to M delta theta. That implies delta Q is equal to some constant S into M delta theta. Okay, here S is called as specific heat capacity. So, what is the formula for specific heat capacity? S is equal to delta Q by M delta theta. Understand now? So, the amount of heat required asking, then what is the formula? MS delta theta. Clear? So, we would like to define the value of the S. What is S? So, to define, do one thing. In denominator, mass make it as unit and change in temperature also make unit rise. Okay, then delta Q is numerically equal to the specific heat capacity. Understand? So how can you define this specific heat? The quantity of heat required per unit mass of substance to rise its temperature by 1 unit. 1 unit means 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin. Okay, so again how it is defined? It is the amount of heat required per unit mass of substance per unit rise in temperature is called as specific heat of the substance. Understand now? So specific heat formula delta Q by M delta theta. So what are the units of S? First of all, see the CGS units. Heat, the units of heat are calorie in CGS, mass, gram, temperature, degree Celsius. So what are the units for S? Calorie per gram degree Celsius. In SI units, in SI, heat is measured in joules, mass measured in kgs, temperature in Kelvin. Understand now? So CGS calorie per gram degree Celsius, in SI joule per kg Kelvin. Okay, and we know the value of 1 calorie. 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joules. Okay, and 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. So we know the relation, that's why we can get one relation, 1 calorie gram inverse degree Celsius inverse is equal to 4186 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. It is nearly written as 4200 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. So anywhere, if they said calorie gram inverse degree Celsius inverse, its value is nearly 4200 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. For numerical purpose, you should remember this formula. Understand? Now, specific heat. This specific heat depends on nature of material and temperature of substance. Nature of substance and temperature of substance. Nature of substance. What does that mean? So, if you use copper to rise the temperature from 20 to 21 degrees Celsius, okay, it requires certain amount of heat. Understand? If you use water, that value will be different. If you use iron, that value is different. So, different substances having different values of the specific heat. Understand? Specific heat is independent on the mass of the substance. It's very important. So, if I take a copper content, that copper may be 100 grams, or it may be 1 kilo, or it may be 10 grams, whatever may be. If the material is same, the specific heat value always remains constant. Understand? So, for a particular state of the substance, specific heat always remains constant and it is independent on the mass of the substance. Clear? So, let us see certain values of the specific heat. See, the specific heat value for ice is 0.5 calorie gram inverse degree Celsius inverse. For water, 1. Okay, highest value of specific heat only for water. Keep in mind, this is 1 always. And specific heat of copper, generally we are taking the calorimeter. Calorimeter is made with the copper. So you must be remember the value of the specific heat of copper also. That value is nearly 0.1 calorie gram inverse degree Celsius inverse. Okay, if they ask in essay, then what is the value of 1 calorie gram in a degree Celsius inverse? 4200 na. So this value is 4200 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. 0.1. 0.1 means divided with the 10. You can get 420. 0.5. 0. Nothing but 1 by 2. Divided with 1 by 2. Sorry, divided with the 2. Then you got 2100 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. Okay, for numerical purpose you must be remember all these formulas values. Understand now. Next point, if the specific heat varies with temperature, then amount of heat, if the specific heat varies with the temperature, then amount of heat energy given to the amount of heat given is Q is equal to integral of ms d theta. Here d theta is the variation in temperature. Since S is varies with temperature, you must be integrate between the limits theta 1 to theta 2. Understand? So this is about the specific heat capacity. Clear? So specific heat capacity is defined as the quantity of heat required per unit mass of substance per unit rise in temperature. Its units are very important. In CGS, calorie gram inverse degree Celsius inverse. In SI, joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. Specific heat always depending on nature of material and temperature of substance, independent on mass of the substance. Clear? And these values are very important. And if the specific heat varies with the temperature, then you can take the integration formula for heat energy. Okay? Now we are discussing about the heat capacity or thermal capacity. So what is heat capacity? To understand this, take two substances. Okay, one is made with copper, for suppose, another one is made with the iron. Two different materials. Okay, now both are maintained at same initial temperature theta 1 degree Celsius. Okay, now you may supply heat. If you supply the heat to copper and iron to increase the temperature from theta 2 degree Celsius, then copper takes less amount of heat to reach from theta 1 to theta 2. For suppose it is 20 degrees Celsius, it is 30 degrees Celsius. So if the copper is heated from 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, the quantity of heat required is lesser compared with the iron. That indicates the amount of heat absorbed is different for different types of materials. Right now, so the heat capacity or thermal capacity, which indicates that the quantity of heat required per unit rise in temperature is called as thermal capacity. Okay, what is thermal capacity? The quantity of heat required per unit rise in temperature. Clear? So what are the units for H? So see the units in CGS. Units of heat are calorie, temperature per degree Celsius. In SI, the units of heat are joules per temperature Kelvin. Understand now? Now, we got one formula for specific heat. Specific heat formula is delta Q by M delta theta. Na? From this, M will be taken this side. M into S is equal to delta Q by delta theta or not? So here delta Q by delta theta is got. So instead of delta Q by delta theta, you can write H or not. So we have another formula for H. What is the formula for H now? H is equal to Ms. Okay. Yes. S depends on the nature of the substance and temperature of substance. Okay. But H depends mass of the substance also. So if you take more amount of mass, then more amount of thermal capacity is required. Okay. H depends on mass, specific heat is independent on mass. Understand? So in the given question, if they said in terms of density, then mass can be written as density into volume into S. Okay. So H has three formulas. One is delta Q by delta theta. Another one is Ms or rho Vs. Here S is specific heat, V is the volume of the substance, rho is the density of the substance. Understand? So this is about the heat capacity or thermal capacity. So the next one is water equivalent of a body. It is denoted by the W. Okay, it is defined as the amount of water whose temperature rises through 1 degree Celsius by heat required to rise the temperature of body through 1 degree Celsius, or the mass of water whose thermal capacity is equal to the thermal capacity of the given body. Okay, so what is equivalent of body? Let us try to understand by taking one small example. Okay, so here I am considering one body here. Anything, your wish, maybe copper or steel or whatever maybe you take. Let this substance has some mass m1 and whose specific heat is S1. Specific heat of copper, now only we said 0.1 calorie gram inverse degree Celsius inverse now. So the specific heat of the substance is S1 and its temperature is M1. Okay. So initially the substance is at a temperature of theta 1 degree Celsius. Now this temperature will be rises to theta 2 degree Celsius by supplying certain amount of heat to the substance. Okay, so how much of amount heat supplied to the substance? Delta Q1 is equal to M1 S1, variation in temperature is taken as delta theta. So the amount of heat given to the substance is M1 S1 delta theta. Clear now? So this is one type of body. Let it will be some copper. Example only. Understand? Now, what is the side heading? Water equivalent of body. Water equivalent of body, which indicates that now within a vessel take certain quantity of water here. Okay, we know the specific heat of water is SW. Understand now? Now the initial temperature again theta 1 degree Celsius like this. Now to rise the temperature from theta 1 to theta 2 degree Celsius, like similar to the material, the amount of heat given is delta Q2, okay, is equal to the this amount of mass of water is taken as m2, specific heat of water, and again delta theta. Understand? So as delta q1 is equal to delta q2, then m1 s1 delta theta is equal to m2 s water delta theta na? Delta theta cancel or not? Okay, then what is water equivalent? Mass of water. Okay, we know in CGS specific heat of water is 1 or not. Then M2 is equal to what we got? M1 S1. Okay, so this M2 is called as water equivalent. That's why mass of water whose thermal capacity is equal to the heat capacity of given body. M1 S1 is nothing but heat capacity now. M1 S1 is heat capacity. So water equivalent is nothing but heat capacity of the body in Celsius units. Is it clear? In SI units, W can be written as M2 na S water will be taken this side, then M1 S1 by SW, nothing but heat capacity of body by specific heat of water. Understand? So water equivalent is nothing but how much of quantity of water you take in order to rise the same amount of temperature, okay, of a body. That is called a water equivalent. Quantity of water means the units of W are in CGS grams, in SI kgs. Understand? So if the heat capacity given in terms of grams or kgs, you must be go through the water equivalent of body. Is it clear? So again, water equivalent means the amount of water. Okay, that's why units are grams or kg, whose temperature rises to 1 degree Celsius. Here temperature rises now by heat required to raise the temperature of body through 1 degree. One is compared water with a body. Clear? Okay. Thank you.